Draymond, are there times, even for you after all these years, where he puts up like those last 2 threes and where you're like, damn?
I think for me, I'm always impressed. It's a very impressive thing that he's doing, but I'm not surprised, especially, with Steph coming off a game like he came off of Tuesday. You got to know he's coming out firing, and you have too many off shooting nights. So definitely impressed, but not surprised at all.
You guys had 21 turnovers tonight, but found a way to win. How do you explain how you guys pulled this one out?
I think down the stretch we got stops. They were up 98-90. And, we got stops on the defensive end and was able to push the pace and get back in the game. I think we may have went on a 9-0 run, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that, to take that lead back. And so that was great for us. And we stopped turning the ball over at that point. We've talked about just getting a shot up at the rim. And, that team has 7 turnovers. And so that's the difference in the game. We shot the ball extremely well. I think for the most part we defended pretty well. But, 18 points off turnovers, that's tough to defend that. So we can clean that up, and that's one of our focuses. And also defending without fouling. Not sure how many free throws they ended up with, 21. But we fouled a lot, and we were playing against a set defense all the time. And so, if we can stop fouling and get out in transition like we were at the beginning of that game, although we were still fouling a little bit, they weren't costly fouls and they weren't putting them on the line. But I think that, that's 2 things that we can clean up.
Draymond, what's it like to close a tough game with Andre by your side? You're both out there swarming all over the place. Flashback for you, or is it just, hey, that's what having Andre's back is like?
It's incredible to have him back. He just makes the right plays. And during the Olympics this summer, playing with Bam, he was just talking about how easy Andre made the game for him when he was on the floor. And, I think everyone who's had the opportunity to play with Andre feel the same way. He makes the game really easy for guys around him. And, it's great for us to have him back here. He'll help us. Obviously, he's helped these first 2 games, but he'll help us a lot throughout the course of the season and, hopefully, reach our goal.
Player Steve Kerr.
Pulling that one out tonight with the 21 turnovers.
Oh, man. Just first of all, it's a hell of a team. They went to the Western Conference Finals without Kawhi last year, and basically the same team. They've added Bledsoe, who was great tonight. Big physical team. After we took the early lead, I just thought they got into us, and their physicality bothered us and led to a lot of those turnovers. And for us, I love the way we responded. Second quarter was tough, and we were down 8 early fourth, and I thought our guys just really stuck with it. Draymond and Andre were amazing defensively. Steph Curry was just Steph Curry. There's never been anybody like him. Those last 2 threes were ridiculous. And then I think our fans had a big part in this win. The energy out there was incredible. And so I want to thank everybody for coming out, and it's so great to feel that energy for the first time in a couple of years. So great basketball game.
Steve, what did you make of the rugged nature of the fourth quarter? You guys were down 8, but you had the 9-0 run. I think you held the Clippers scoreless for over 6 minutes in that fourth quarter. Just how important was that particular stretch?
Yeah, that was the key stretch for us. They're a very physical team, with PG and Morris, Bledsoe and Jackson are strong guards. They get into you and they come off the bench with man. And, Winslow, they got guys who are going to get into you. So I thought they were the more physical team most of the night, but that fourth quarter stretch for us was the key to the game. I thought Draymond was instrumental in our defense turning up the way it did, and Andre Iguodala, just an amazing basketball player. I mean, after all these years, he's still out there. He and Wiggs really did a great job on Paul second half after he got to us in the first, and so just a fun game, especially early in the season as we're trying to find ourselves. Great to have to suck it up and pull one out like that.
Steve, you're close with the old heads, obviously Steph and Draymond, but Andre, you get flashbacks when you throw those guys out there, and is it amazing to you that you're closing games? We're going, Andre, get in there, go play, the final 7 minutes or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it the last couple of years. I mean, he was a big part of Miami getting to the finals just barely over a year ago. I know it seems weird. There's been 2 NBA finals in the last 12 and a half months, basically. But, Andre was a huge part of that effort for Miami. And so we knew he still had plenty in the tank. And obviously a big part of this season will be pacing him. And we're going to have to, sit him at times and make sure he's ready for the playoffs and healthy. But when you understand the game like he does, and you have that gift in terms of the athleticism and the health of his body, the way he takes care of himself. He's just so smart. He's going to make an impact every night.
Steve, when Steph is pulling those last 2 shots, do you just become like the rest of us, or is there still an impulse to you that is thinking maybe what do you do? Why are you? No. Yes, is that still there, or is it gone now?
No, I never say no. I want him to shoot every time. Jama came up to me after the game and he said, "This may not be new to you guys, but Decky and I were just talking, and this is their first time with the Steph Curry experience, and they were just blown away. And even though we've all been here watching it, I'm still blown away. There's never been anybody like him, and not just the shooting range, but just the competitiveness and the guts, and just amazing player. What a game he had.
Which of those last 2?
And it never gets old, as Steve Kerr says. Steph Curry, that's a graphic right now on our Twitter page at NBCS Warriors. Steph Curry literally on fire. He was a man on fire, and we've seen this story before, Darrell and Mully. It still never gets old.
It never gets old, and I have so much fun being a witness, being able to watch him on TV, watch him in the arena tonight. It never gets old, man. That boy was on fire tonight.
To start 10 for 10, when you're the #1 player on the board on the scouting report, they're doing everything in their power to stop you. To start 10 for 10, 5 for 5 from